Hey, what happened? Why your average ticket size is so low, buddy? Sir. Hello? Hey, can you hear me? Sir, hats off to you, sir. What a timing, sir. What? I'm asking why your average ticket size is so low. That is what I'm saying, sir. Timing of your call. I'm just standing with my team leader outside the store. We are just discussing the same thing. Why my average ticket size is so low? See, life is not straight line up, straight line down. Ups and down happens. But not knowing the reason of it is the problem. So doing a root cause analysis is a life skill of any manager. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at how to analyze why our store sale is low, why our KPIs or average ticket size is low and how to improve it. Doing a root cause analysis basis stock we have already seen in our last video. It is absolutely okay if you have not seen it, you can watch it after this video. In this video, we are going to look at how to do root cause analysis basis staff. So let us move to our first point, and that is have a check with your tracking and review mechanism. Are you tracking the same thing which is a totally pain area? If you are not tracking that, then it's an issue. I always believe that if you can't track it, you can't improve it. If you want to improve it, you have to track it. What is your tracking and reviewing mechanism? How, why, when are you reviewing? The timeline is fixed or not? Because this is one of the very important area where we can influence. You need to look at what are the tools you are using. Are they enough or you need something else? See if you want to change it, add or delete as per requirements. How you are tracking individual performance, individual average ticket size, value sale, quantity sale, number of bills or total number of big bills, ticket size offer sales or something else. See, you have to act upon the things which are your concern areas. Say for example, you are tracking number of big bills since long in your store and everyone is habitual of it, but your conversion is low, then you also need to start tracking total number of bills. And this is what your plan of action will be. It has been said that where focus goes, energy flows. What are you talking in your briefings, meetings and in your other communication? And that gives the direction to your team. Are you giving the same direction in line with the objective of senior management or a company? What is your store culture? Is it in line with the objective of company or a senior management? If it is not, then it will be your plan of action. If it is, then let's move to our next point. If your tracking and review mechanism is set, then you will have an individual employee productivity. See, at the bottom employees who are dragging your KPIs down and ultimately a store sale. Are you appreciating a top performer employees? Are you recognizing them? What are you doing with your bottom employees? Are you reviewing them on regular basis, on daily, weekly or monthly basis, however feasible to you? What support, what training they require? Support and training differs from person to person. One person may require objection handling, selling skill training. Another person may require a customer service or customer interaction training. Whatever support they require, those will be your plan of action, ladies and gentlemen. It also may happen that some people may already trained but they are unable to implement. So are we going to help them with any role plays in your store? A dose of learning is a food for champion teams. Are you providing this food daily, weekly, monthly basis? If your team is not learning, they are not growing. If they are not growing, they are degrowing. So check your learning activities. Have you engaged your team in learning activities? Engaging team is one part. Another part is training impact on numbers. We need to see progress growth in numbers, especially in KPIs. You also can start checking progress in behavioral change after training. We need to follow a structure in training. For example, root cause analysis, Inferences, identifying employee who requires support, finding training needs, then plan of trainings, behavioral change observations, practice role plays if required, tracking mechanism, number observation. If numbers improve, then great. If not, then we need to start this process again. This is how we can use training as a tool to impact on business. Many a times we give trainings to our employees on suggestive selling, that is add-on selling, cross-selling and upselling, and they implement it too. But do they really able to impact on business? That is the question. Sir, as you already finalized this shirt, I would suggest you should purchase a trouser also. No? Then why don't you take a belt with it? No? Okay, so I suggest to purchase a deo with it. How it feels when you purchase a deo? No? Sir, one product, sir. Sir, one product, sir. At least one product purchase this, sir. Please, sir. Hey Ramesh, why your sale is so low today? Sir, you are observing, sir. I am trying so hard with add-on selling, cross-selling, upselling, but there is no use, sir. Customer is not purchasing, sir. So ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand this. The root cause of this case is hidden between two things. First, customer is buying as per their need, and you know the need-based shopping is not at all helping you to improve any of the KPI. Our employees should be able to convert customers' need into want, and that's how we are going to impact on business, our average ticket size. And second thing is hidden between objection handling, as there are two types of objections. First said and second is unsaid. Our sales force should be able to understand both the type of objections and should have skill to handle it. Without these two things, if we implement suggestive selling techniques, chances are very high that it will fail. Manager's observation while sales team attending customer or any role plays, discussion with employees, cause of low sale of a particular employee and proper action are the keys. See if employees are able to approach customers, build rapport with the customers, or able to handle customer objections. See if there is a skill issue or will issue. If there is a skill issue, take a help from concern, have a plan of action around it. If there is a will issue, then also action is necessary. Take a help from concern, document it, and have a plan of action around it. See whether your store team is pre-planned for suggestive selling or not. Pre-planning of suggestive selling means when customer is coming with a particular need, then are they able to connect that particular product with 10 different products with the reasons. We cannot be profitable based on customers' need-based shopping. Pre-planning of suggestive selling for our sales staff can be done through daily activities like ensemble product activity. One employee can take one product daily and tell them to explain what all other products can be suggested with that particular product with the reasons. That particular staff can tell this in front of everyone. Your other employees also can contribute and learn so that they are ready and pre-planned for suggestive selling. You will get whether they are pre-planned for suggestive selling or not by observation. If you observe and you think that they are not at all pre-planned, then have a plan of action around this. You all will agree with me that today's customer is cynical. They think that sales force or sales teams, every act is selfish act. They don't want to be helped. They don't want assisted. Instead, they want a expertise knowledge. They want an expert who can give a tailored solutions to the customers. A personalized tailored solutions to the customers. Sharing product knowledge is also called as using magical words. This is also one of the important factor influencing our sale. If your salespeople are sharing product knowledge, then it's great. If not, then this can be one of the cause for your low KPI. For this, you can arrange product knowledge trainings. By taking help from concerns, you can do 5 product training activity on daily basis. Say for example, one employee will select 5 products from his or her department and explain feature, advantage, benefits to other employees. Be it is cross department, let them attend this. Also, you can plan role plays around this. In this role play, maximum focus will be on sharing product knowledge. Practice and repetition is way of experts, and if your employees are selling something, they should be expert in it. And expertise knowledge will help them to connect with the customers in today's world.